Hey guys, Tony here, and back to do a recent vinyl editions video. Hope everybody's well. I'm feeling much better. I want to thank everybody really for all the well wishes. Feel much better, and also want to thank everybody for the thread response. Man, there are a lot of threads going around, and I'm really gonna try and finally answer some. Um, Between probably tomorrow night. I'll probably just do this video tonight. So from like tomorrow night through the weekend, there's a lot, and I really do want to answer some. But thank you everybody who answered my thread. A lot of cool stories. It's always really it's great to hear how one record, one piece of music could have such a big impact on somebody's life. Sometimes in huge ways. Um, some great responses. So very cool. Um, Also, thank you to all the new subscribers. There's been a bunch, and I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy what you see. Um, so I got some new stuff here to show you, and gotta say, as it's been going around here in the community, but I've caught the bug. Um, Jazz, um, funk, soul, yeah, a lot of that here, and I gotta say, in this video, I should mention too, it's like, I've mentioned it before, I'm not the most educated person when it comes to this music, so there's not a lot I'll be able to say. Not other than I like it, maybe a few things. But yeah, I'm not that educated in this music, so it's like, I feel sort of I feel like this video is I'm gonna be kind of inadequate in my descriptions of this stuff because some of it's fantastic, but I'm gonna do the best I can. And I gotta say too, like I've just been drawn to this stuff. Really, everybody talking about it too, but um, some stuff in particular really just I'll get into it a little bit more, but it really caught my ear, and I'm like obsessed. It's fantastic stuff. Um, just really not even on purpose, just drawn to this stuff. Every time I go to the record store, I go to the jazz section, the soul, funk stuff, and I'm loving it. Um, all right, so let me get going here. I do have some classics here, though, some rock classics, um, and I'll show those. So I did a trade with Mike in Rhode Island. Um, I'll let him share what I sent him. But if you follow my videos and you know Mike, you could probably guess what I sent him. But I'll let him show. So he sent me a few things and some classics that actually in most cases I didn't have. So and also like stuff I didn't have, but at the same time, it was like they always got passed over for other things I didn't know because I'm very familiar with these records. Well, at least for the most part, I'm very familiar with them. So, Mike, he sent me a copy of the Stones' Aftermath. Classic album. Just, I didn't have this. My Stones collection is sadly lacking in earlier Stones stuff. I have, basically from Her Satanic Majesty's request on. So anything before that, really, I'm lacking other than stuff that's on greatest hits packages. So yeah, Aftermath, of course, with Painted Black, Stupid Girl, Lady Jane, one of my favorite Stone songs, Under My Thumb, and a lot of other tunes too. But yeah, very cool. In a nice shape too. I see this a lot, and it's usually kind of beat. So happy to get it. And another one here. Flowers. Did not have this. And also, excellent shape. A little bit of writing here. And there's a sticker here. But, I mean, classics. Ruby Tuesday. Have You Seen Your Mother, Baby? Let's Spend the Night Together. Again, Lady Jane is on this. This, Stones and Beatles records between the UK and the US are very weird. But yeah, Mother's Little Helper. Excellent stuff. And a couple Beatles records. Hard Day's Night. I do have a Hard Day's Night. This is a later reissue. I have an original of Hard Day's Night, but it's B. That's why I opted. I was like, yeah, I'll take a Hard Day's Night, you know? Excellent soundtrack. I love the Beatles. And this one I've never had on vinyl. I have the CD. Got passed over quite a bit. Help. Did not have Help. And this is like part of my favorite period of the Beatles, really. I mean, you can't go wrong with this stuff. Help. Let's talk about Help for a second. How ahead of its time is that song? It's really heavy when you listen to it. I love that tune, of course. Help, The Night Before. You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, one of my favorite Beatles songs. I Need You, Another Girl, and of course, Ticket to Ride. And You're Gonna Lose That Girl. Very, very cool. It's a gatefold too. Again, later reissue. But still very happy to finally get a copy of Help. And one more, The Moody Blues. Not a big Moody Blues fan, just never really got into them too much. I've heard a lot of good things about this one, To Our Children's Children. And haven't listened to it yet, but I've just heard a lot of good things about it. So yeah, that's what Mike sent me, so thanks a lot, man. Hopefully that record came by now. I imagine it probably did. If not, should be there tomorrow. Alright, so I also picked up a copy for $4. I said, what the hell? Jerry Garcia, Reflections. I want to say this is like his fourth solo album. I have another one I've had on CD since I was a kid and know it well. A really nice album. Also contains a number of Grateful Dead staples, which in their live performance, It Must Have Been the Roses, Comes the Time, but also Might As Well, I'll Take a Melody, Mission in the Rain, Catfish John, Tore Up Over You. Just a really nice sort of, Jerry Garcia rock album. Very cool. It isn't, except for the clip corner here, it's in like a beautiful shape. That's why I took it for $4. This one is really cool. It's funny. I'd seen this album cover around a lot, and I didn't know what it was. And then I mentioned shortly after Christmas, I took my little sister record shopping. She got a turntable, and I saw her holding this, and I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And she's like, "Do you know that band Sigur Rós?" And I was like, "Yeah, She's like, "It's their singer solo album." I was like, "Damn, she grabbed it." But I bought a copy. I'm gonna say it probably wrong, but I want to say it's like Yonzi. The album is Go. Beautiful record. I gotta listen to it some more, of course, but still really enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm finding you just can't really go wrong with Sigur Rós. Just fantastic stuff. I mean, it's a solo album, of course, but still very happy to get it. And this one here is very good as well. The Bats. So the Bats, if you don't know, are Norwegian. I believe they're Norwegian. Indie band, indie rock band from the 80s. This is their first full-length debut. I think they had like a few EPs put out before this, but their first full-length debut. I gotta turn that down a little. And yeah, really, really cool. Of course, very 80s indie sounding, but excellent stuff, really. It's from 1987 on Flying Nun Records. It's a reissue. And this one, you see a lot of Jethro Tull records around. For some reason, I never see this one. At one point, I thought that Stand Up was their debut, but this is their debut. Jethro Tull, this was, and fantastic record. I love that back cover. It should have been the front cover, right? Just awesome stuff. I mean, I love Jethro Tull. Somebody's been requesting that I show my Jethro Tull collection. It's really not that impressive. I only have a few, maybe like 5 or 6 now with this. But I'll get around to showing it at some point. But yeah, can't go wrong here. Just fantastic, blues rock, love it. And this one, I have to give, I'm super excited about getting this record. And I have to thank a YouTube user. I'm sorry, man, I forget your first name. I know we talked, we wrote back and forth, but his name is it's Mr. M.K. Parker. Um, he very kindly went to a record store. Actually, I think it was probably near Nathan Morales down in Texas, and he said he was traveling and he went to this record store, and now the record store even escapes me, but I called and ordered it from him. Anyway, he was traveling through Texas, went to this record store, and saw they had 2 copies of this record. And he didn't buy it then. He started to tell your story, man. I hope you don't mind. But he said he didn't buy it then, but later on he was like, I got to get the record. So he called and ordered it, and they shipped it to him. And he wrote me and said, they have 1 more copy of this left. And this was right around Christmas time. And he said they have 1 more of these for $20. So, here's their number and everything. You can call and order it. So I waited until like a day or 2 after Christmas, and I called and ordered it, and it was still there. I don't know. I was just amazed it was still there. I was thinking it'd be gone. And I ordered this for $20. And I can't believe it. I'm so happy to get this. Tom Waits, the Black Rider. So happy to get this. Tom Waits stuff from the 90s is ridiculous. This is I believe it's a German reissue. But still, you just never see this. And I'm just so happy to get it. From 1993 on Island Records. And, yeah, amazing stuff. I mean, as you guys know, I've been trying to collect Tom Waits to get all of his stuff. And the 90s is crazy. This and Bone Machine, and I'm sure there's 1 or 2 more that's like, but yeah, specifically this one and Bone Machine are crazy. You can't find them, or they're $100 or more. But yeah, also William S. Burroughs makes an appearance on this record, which is another reason why I really wanted this one. But yeah, so happy to get this. So thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate you letting me know about that. Just great. So, and for $20, I mean, brand new. So very, very happy. And no, it's definitely not a bootleg. It's definitely a German repress. I'm not going to pull it all out, but yes, it is Blake. Thank you, Blake. I still got to make your thank you video, I know, but awesome. Alright, so now the rest of this video is going to be soul, jazz, and funk sort of stuff. So yeah, again, I'm probably just going to run through these as quick as I can at least. So yeah. The Soul Searchers, We the People. So I believe this is their debut. The Soul Searchers, if you might know Chuck Brown, a very influential, I believe he went solo after a few Soul Searchers albums, or they became Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers. It's one of those. I believe this is their debut. Washington, D.C. based soul funk band, and really cool stuff. I believe they had sort of a hit with a song, or at least it's probably well known, Ashley's Roach Clip. Very, very highly sampled, these guys. And yeah, just a fantastic, funky soul record. So, very happy to get it. And it is on, it has the Buddha Records. Buddha Records, I believe, famous Charisma label. They're affiliated, I think. But yeah, from 1972. This one is cool. Jazz record. You guys might know Eric Dolphy from his album. Well, I'm sure he has a few albums. Out to Lunch. This is Eric Dolphy and Ron Carter, Magic. So Eric Dolphy was a multi-instrumentalist. I mean, he played flute, alto sax, bass, clarinet, at least on here. Died at a very young age. Some people feel he really, he didn't have time to really reach his potential. But man, what a great player. And Ron Carter is, I guess, a pretty well-known jazz bassist. And they got together and did 2 sessions together. And this is kind of the compilation of those sessions. 2 LP set. Both LPs were released individually, but I think after Eric Dolphy had passed at the age of 36, I think, of a heart attack. Who put this out? I want to say, Prestige. Fantasy Prestige put this out, and this is fantastic. Definitely, the solos on here are awesome. Um, kind of veering towards, this is early '60s, and I think it's kind of veering towards more free jazz. The sessions are early '60s. This was released in 1975, and beautiful. Again, clipped corner. I've been finding a lot of cool stuff, but just have this clipped corner in beautiful shape. So very happy to get this, and yeah, awesome stuff. Another jazz on, and this is on Impulse. Freddie Hubbard, The Body and the Soul. Freddie Hubbard was a trumpet player, um, very well known. He played on a lot of different sessions, played with a lot of different people, of course. I mean, it's a cool thing. I'm starting to really recognize names and stuff of a lot of jazz musicians. And yeah, this is sort of a large ensemble jazz record, and enjoyed it. Um, Freddie Hubbard, again, you played with a lot of people. He's sort of in the vein of hard bop, bebop, um, jazz, sort of resistant to the free jazz movement, although ironically he played on like some very well known free jazz record. He played on the album Free Jazz, Ornette Coleman and John Coltrane's Ascension, I think. But yeah, Freddie Hubbard, very very nice. For I think this was $4. Yeah, $4 in beautiful shape again. Clipped corner, but still can't go wrong here. Shout out, of course, to won't be one of my videos, but I'll shout out to Big Star 1000, Baby Huey story. Oh, fantastic stuff. He recommended this, and Baby Huey was a soul, sort of a psychedelic soul funk singer. Um, and he died shortly. He died, and then this was put out. I think it's the only album, Baby Huey and the Babysitters. He died right around within like a month or something of Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin. So people are calling him the third rock star to die. So if you see that, Jimmy, Janis, and Baby Huey. But fantastic stuff. Again, like psychedelic, soul, funk, great stuff. Yeah. I'll move quickly. I still have a bunch to show you. A couple albums here by Billy Cobham. Spectrum. Billy Cobham was a, probably butchering his name, but jazz drummer, very well known fusion jazz drummer, played with Miles Davis, was in the Mahavishnu Orchestra, and this is his first solo album, Spectrum. Amazing stuff, just unbelievable. I know a number of people have shown this and picked this up on Atlantic Records. Very happy to get this. And also, a little bit later, it's from 1978, Billy Cobham, Inner Conflicts. And again, fusion, much more synthesizer based, but also a fantastic drummer. The title track, the opening track, Inner Conflicts, 10 minutes. And it's basically all synthesizers, and it's fantastic, very spacey. Cool record. Here's another one. I'm going to butcher the name. I think it's pronounced Samedai. Again, Big Star 1000 showed this. This is fantastic. Awesome record, really. A band based out of the UK. All their members hail from the West Indies. Talk about a funky, soulful, very, islandy kind of stuff. I mean, I'm terrible at describing this stuff, but this is fantastic. Really. Check this out. I highly recommend it. I want to check out their second and third albums as well. I saw an original of this at the store, and they wanted $40 for it. It was in beautiful shape, but I passed, went home, and ordered this reissue for $13. So, but it's amazing stuff. Highly recommended. Killer. Finally picked up an album by Gil Scott-Heron. Pieces of a Man. This is his first studio album. His debut album was a live Sorry, a live album. This one, of course, has the revolution will not be televised, and that's the song on here that really got the most attention. It's pretty much the only song on here like that too, I think. Um, Sort of early rapper, really very very influential. I'm sure you all know Gil Scott-Heron. Um, Fantastic album. Also, Home is Where the Hatred Is, Lady Day and John Coltrane. Excellent stuff. Again, sort of a mixture of jazz, soul, and funk. Really is done so well here. A lot of great players too. Finally picked up a copy of Herbie Hancock's Headhunters. Finally, I have the Headhunters solo record. But yeah, this is fantastic. Jazz fusion, awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. A lot of great players on here. I mean, Herbie Hancock, Benny Maupin, um, Bill Summers, Paul Jackson, and Chameleon. Awesome track. The Watermelon Man, Sly. Just a great record. It really is. Fantastic. I picked this up. As I mentioned, I've been really into Sun Ra lately, and I gotta get more by him. This is a cool piece. It's like a 12-inch single. It's called Sun Ra. The Mike Huckabee Reel to Reel Edits Volume 1. Very cool record. 12-inch single. The first side is UFO, sort of a disco-y kind of track. The second one is called Antique Blacks, and that is just awesome. Yeah, cool package. So here's a sleeve, sort of a silk screened. Sorry for that glare. You pull it out, and it is on a clear vinyl. And if you guys know clear vinyl, when it's on your turntable, it looks just super cool. And when this thing is spinning, you can just stare at it. It's just like something about it is, very very cool. But excellent stuff. Yeah, I gotta get more Sun Ra stuff. I have two albums by him. And I love them. Okay, moving on. I saw this at the store. It had just come in. It wasn't even priced yet. Had them price it $5, and I thought I recognized it. I wasn't sure, but it turns out, of course, Big Star 1000 showed it. Ornette Coleman's Body Meta from 1978, recorded in 1976. Talk about a fantastic free jazz record. Sort of a free jazz fusion-y kind of record with electric guitar done really well. Love that artwork. Unfortunately, it does not have the booklet that comes with it, so that's why it was $5. But it's in beautiful shape. It's on a label called the Artist House. I think it was sort of a short-lived label. Look at that artwork. Fantastic stuff. Really. Moving on. I picked this up only because the price was right. It's in really nice shape, and for other reasons too. The Best of John Coltrane, His Greatest Years. It is an original on Navy Seat Impulse 2 LP set. I picked it up because it mostly features a lot of his later stuff, which I wasn't that familiar with. Stuff he did with Pharoah Sanders. Wrong side. I gotta get used to this camera. Really, really happy to get this. Yeah, great things on here. Africa, After the Rain, Afro Blue, Alabama, My Favorite Things, Bessie's Blues, Soul Eyes. It has stuff from Ohm. Has the track Ohm. And Kulusi Mama. I'm not even going to try and pronounce these titles. Very happy to get it, though. I have a lot of this stuff. I don't have a lot of his later stuff. Nothing past A Love Supreme. I need to correct that. I really liked what I heard. Now, more than any of this stuff, more than anything else lately, I have been just absolutely obsessed with Miles Davis. Oh my God. His later stuff, On the Corner, of course, even going back to Bitches Brew in a Silent Way. everything he did, probably from In a Silent Way all the way up to when he sort of took a break from music in like '75. I'm just infatuated with this stuff. I absolutely love it. It is like, I can't describe it. Of course, it's fusion, sort of. I don't know if you want to call it free jazz, but it's, fusiony jazz funk, sort of avant garde, but it's like space jazz. I love it. I am absolutely obsessed with this stuff. I picked this up, new reissue, Miles Davis, Dark Magnus. This is a heavy, heavy record. Features Pete Cozy on guitar. So this is recorded sort of a little bit later. 1974, recorded live at Carnegie Hall. Four Men with Beards reissue, man, they're doing these things right, and there's more of them to come. Those Japanese live albums that were only available in Japan, they're all being reissued, and this is amazing. Just amazing. And finally picked this up. Miles Davis, Get Up With It. His last album before he kind of took a break from music. And this is fantastic. Very jazz funk. Again, it's just great to put on a side. 20 minutes. Most of these tracks are 20 minutes, and it's just like, I love it. Dedicated to Duke Ellington, who had passed away a month or two before. The track, he loved him madly, and that's what a track that is. Oh my God. But I'm in love with this stuff. I really am. I went back and listened to Bitches Brew, and I love it even more now after getting into this stuff. I'm so happy I'm getting into this stuff now. And it's like I felt like I really did. I felt like everything I've been buying, I still felt like there was a hole, something missing. And this stuff really, really is that. Fills that hole. It really does. Now, if I keep on the same path as I am and, continue, I'll probably feel that way again at some point. But right now, I am so into this stuff, especially Miles. Awesome stuff. So there you go, guys. I know this is probably long once again. So leave me some comments. Let me know what you think, and take care, guys. I'll see you soon.